I was like, what are we? I was like, what is there to do? He's like, get drunk and go fishing. I'm like, sounds great.
Get drunk and go fishing. Spoken by Dawn. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the 4/6/2024 show, Push to Talk. Hopefully, McLeod will show up, be on video. Sothratil, he's sick. I think he's got gangrene or something. I'm not sure what's going on. And we have Dawn, who just woke up for the show, everybody. Woo! So yeah, you get my stupid mug for the rest of today. Dawn was just trying to persuade me to go on vacation somewhere other than where I vacation, because she's got this very exciting cabin in the middle of the woods in Pennsylvania. She's been invited to go to which you all heard. What do you do?
Isn't that like the plot of like half of every horror movie?
Yeah. Come out to my family's cabin. No one's been here 10 years, so we're going to go fix it up, guys.
Oh, really? Are you? Really?
No.
Oh, yeah. The reception is also really bad.
Yeah, there's no reception, and there's a hillbilly family that lives on the other side of the hill. Something like that, right?
Let me get my banjo.
I don't know if Pennsylvania does the banjo or not.
Oh, they do. Where you're going, they do.
Are you bringing a diverse set of friends?
Well, right now it's just me, Gennel, and Darashad. So, and we're trying to get some of our other friends to go, and they're one of them's a vegan in Colorado who's also a major alcoholic. He weighs like 110 pounds and drinks more than I do.
There you go.
And
Starscream
it's
says,
too far.
Starscream says there are some cabins in the Poconos are no-go zones. Why would isn't the Poconos that's like, newlywed,
I don't know where that
place. I don't know. There's also a racetrack there. What? It's toward New Jersey and New York and Pennsylvania from that corner. So, Commander Starscream, why are they no-go zones? I don't know. I am confused. By the way, I missed y'all last weekend. I was down in North Carolina. This is a great, this is like an Eve story. This is actually Eve related. Okay. So many, many years ago, probably close to 15 years ago, playing Eve in the evening with my good friend and former best man of my wedding back when it happened. So I guess he was the best man. Demorg and I we're in a wormhole hanging out with a corp called Hidden Agenda at the time, and another guy named Mike Manhattan, and we were all probably in our I don't know 15 years ago. So what was that? Late 30s, early 40s, and Eve ending, and in a wormhole, running sites, going for the blue goo and Eskies, and just running sites all night long, having a blast. And this young 18-year-old kid showed up and started playing with us, and his name was Scythe. Many of you have seen him on many shows throughout the years, and he got married last weekend, and so that friendship has endured all that time. He's in his early 30s now. So you've been friends for a long time. He's been up to see me in real life and all that stuff. And so we got to go to his wedding, and Demorg was there. I was there. Our wives were there. Mrs. Erik was a little tipsy during the wedding.
Hell yeah. She knows how to party.
She was dancing up a storm. It was funny, talking to everybody, making friends out of Panama, all kinds of crazy stuff. So we had a great time. It was a great wedding, and and by the way, I was in the wedding, so I was one of the groomsmen. I think I was the oldest groomsman, but that's okay. The only way to attend a wedding, absolutely. And it was pretty fabulous. So somebody's down in Mexico living it up. I think there were staff pictures posted. I don't know if those were today or tomorrow, or today or yesterday. Sorry, not tomorrow.
I was going to say, I was like, wait, what? Future
let me go.
pictures.
Yes, future pictures. What were these? Yesterday at in the evening. Yes, we have pictures of Scythe and his new wife, and he had 8 margaritas in 2 to 3 hours. And by the way, if you looked at the picture and you saw his face, you're like, oh yeah, absolutely. So we'll see. So yeah, so it was a cool Eve friendship that sprung up, right? We've been to Vegas together. We've done a lot of things. You've met Scythe, I believe, Dawn.
That's one of my favorite things about Eve. I feel like the community in general is pretty open to actually moving friendships beyond just the screens, right?
Oh yeah,
And that's one of the biggest benefits out of online gaming in general. But Eve is definitely the one that I have met the most people out of any game I play.
I see the McLeod has joined us, but he's not yet on video. If he's coming on video at all, I don't know.
I am coming on video in a moment. Yes.
Yay, because they're tired of seeing my ugly mug already on the video.
Okay, Eric, other than Eve Vegas, how many friends from Eve have you met or visited in person? Roughly. Is it like a 10? Is it 4? Like, how many times do you go out of the way to do that?
There are 4. There are exactly 4.
Mm-hmm.
There was Total Newbie, who's been out here for my birthday. There is Demorg, obviously. I mean, we are friends from college. So, let's see. Obviously, Scythe.
Mm-hmm.
And I have, maybe 5. Almost Brisk, but he kind of blew me off for dinner when I was down there in his area. You know, and he's like, I didn't realize it. Yeah, whatever. You know.
We subscribe to his OnlyFans for shower pictures, and he just blows you off.
I know.
Color me shocked.
Yeah, Alchemisty, and
yes, Alchemisty.
Let's see.
The better question is, did he get it on video?
Ooh.
What? Get what on video?
What on video?
Well, apparently, Eric doesn't get innuendo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently that was bad. When Bruce blew you off.
Oh yeah.
But when Brisk blew me off for dinner, I did have dinner when I was down in that area with a long time patriotic tendencies guy who came with us from the executives, Morden Mandarb. Great guy. Met him for dinner. Fantastic. I would go down and meet him again for that. But yeah, so maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But again, from any other video game I've played, that number is exactly 0.
I have met 2 friends from different games that I can definitely think of. Because one of them lived in Terre Haute. So I'm in Indianapolis. Terre Haute's like an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending upon where in Terre Haute you're going away. And my grandparents live there, and my dad's from there. So one time when I was going to visit family, I was like, hey, is it okay if I set up to have dinner with my friend since I'm going to be in town? And it's an odd one because he was young. He's, I was in my 20s and he was 17 or 18. So his dad came with him, but I was we've been playing Dota together for 2 or 3 years. And it was I just, oh, hi Prince, how's it going? And his dad showed up and we had a great time. It was just the 3 of us having dinner Fridays, I think. And I was I know it's a little strange, but we've been good friends for a while. And, since you live nearby, I was hey, let's, meet up and, I was bring your dad, have him come along and stuff. And then I met up from my dinosaur game. I met up with one of my friends in Niagara Falls last year. Or the year before that. Might have been the year. Yeah, it was the year before that. And that was a good time. He's a 6'4", 200 something plus pound vegan.
Mm.
And he was like, because it was like September, and apparently they have this permanent haunted house thing in Niagara Falls. If you want like kind of like a Vegas experience, but you're poor as shit, go to Niagara Falls. Let's just say that.
Really?
But they've got a lot of casinos, a lot of good restaurants, and then a weird like midway kind of fair-esque area with lots of like a Ferris wheel and lots of different rides and like Madame Tussauds kind of stuff, and Ripley's Believe It or Not museums.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a scare house, which is one of those where you go through and it's like pitch black and things jump at you. And of course, my friend, my Dutch friend that came to visit me, he's 6 foot like 2 or 3. And then my other friend is like 6'4" or 5. And they made me go in front of them. So I had to lead them through the darkness because they thought it would be funny. You jackasses.
I went to Niagara Falls on a band trip. That was it. So I had to be, I don't know, I was sophomore or junior. I can't remember which one, right, in high school. And the only thing I remember about that is looking down into the river as it flowed away from the falls and seeing all like the whirlpools, right? Saying, shit, don't fall out of the Maid of the Mist or you're getting sucked down. And then the cavern that you could go into, and I don't know if it's still open, but it opens up under the falls, right? You walk through and you're behind the falls. That was kind of cool. And they gave you like the little poncho raincoats and shit. And that's like all I remember. I don't remember. Oh, and
it hasn't changed. That's all still there.
Yeah, it wasn't my senior year. It was it had to be my junior year because I yelled at a freshman because he was a dick. I remember his name. His first name, I'll let you know, not his last name, Chucky, right? So, of course, you're going across the border into Canada, right? And you don't want to piss off the border agents, right? Because
Canadian border agents are fucking strict as fuck. Let's just say that.
Well, the border agent walked behind him and he's like stands up behind him and makes all these goofy, googly faces and all this shit. And I'm like, if that guy would have turned around, man, they'd be emptying our bus and inspecting it, right? And I'm just like, because we specifically said, just don't fuck with the border agents. Just be polite, right? There's no reason to be anything else. I almost killed him. I
don't remember the last time I saw a border agent.
Yeah, well, because you're just one big European country.
We don't see them that often either, depending upon where you live. Like, in Indiana, I'm not going across no border that often. But on vacations, obviously, I go through customs. Just kind of depends where.
Well, I would have to move outside the EU to...
You guys are just trying to be America without removing your identities.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, just, think of how many states we cross on a regular basis.
You mean we're trying to be America with lots and lots of improvements?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Seth.
Yeah. Until you have real Diet Coke, I don't want to hear it, mister.
Real Diet Coke.
I mean...
not that Coke Light shit. That's fucking nasty.
We have real sugar in our Coke, not that high fructose corn syrup bullshit.
Oh, we have real sugar in our Coke too. Get it at Costco. That's the real sugar Coke. Don't worry about it. Got that. So, goddamn it, we have good Diet Coke and real Coke with sugar in it, and Coke with high fructose corn syrup. So you have choices in America, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Also, drinks don't come in a 250 milliliter sized bottle and expect you to pay $4 for it. I can get a whole 2 liter for like $2.50.
I'm still wondering where the fuck you bought your Coke while you were here.
Amsterdam. Actually, everywhere. The only place that wasn't ridiculously expensive was the UK.
See, I can just go into a grocery store and buy alcohol.
Of course. I can buy alcohol in a grocery store here too.
And I don't need a silly brown bag around it.
We don't have to brown bag it either. That's an archaic. That's only required in like certain counties that haven't caught up with the times. Brown bags are not required anymore. It's only if you want to walk around drinking it.
Well, I can just walk around and drink it.
And you can here too, honestly. Most people aren't going to give a shit what you're drinking. They just use it as an excuse sometimes.
I can drive a golf cart and drink all I want. In
Eric,
fact, a woman brings it to me. Oh, yeah.
Eric, when you go tailgating at a sporting event, are you brown bagging anything? No,
I have a red Solo cup, baby.
When I was in college, we would go to we only tailgated once or twice. We called it a mobile tailgate where we had a cooler with wheels, and
oh wow,
I bought a pint of Jack and like a 1 liter bottle of Coke, and just like poured the Jack into the Coke after drinking some of the Coke, and basically just got more alcoholic as the morning went. And I just walked around with a bottle of Coke full of Jack.
Well, that. I mean, when I was in college, right? I mean, there was a corner, and it was the parking lot of the Syria Mosque in Oakland. That's part of Pittsburgh. I went to University of Pittsburgh, and the University Beverage Center, that was its name, would drive a truck filled with beer kegs and the like, and would drive around the block, and just raised your hand like you were hailing a cab, right? And they'd just stop, and you'd say, I don't know, let's just say Coors Light, like, hey, we'll have a keg of Coors Light, and they said, here it is, and they drop it off, you pay them for it, and they come pick the keg up. They come pick the keg up before the game started.
Like there's still counties that require a bag, but most don't.
I've never heard of
give a shit.
the bag requirement.
Oh no, yeah, like there in Indiana used to be a thing where you did have to brown bag certain alcohols.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I've never heard of it. Of course, I live in the Social Republic of Pennsylvania, where we are the largest purchaser of alcohol in the United States. The state of Pennsylvania, because all hard liquor is bought by the state and then resold, right?
Yep.
Approved high school senior beer of the 90s. 90s? Oh shit! No, we were drinking cars. We would go out Starscream, and we'd leave the dorm. Yeah, no, we'd leave the dorm with a bag, like we were going to like a laundry bag, like we were going to the laundromat to pick up our laundry. Forget the fact that there are laundry facilities in the dorm. We go out, Schlitz malt liquor. Oh my god. Mickey's Big Mouth, Commander Starscream. You got to know those. Anyway, we would go out and we, buy a Coors party ball, right? And you put the party ball, open to question, sure, why not Final Flash? And you take the party ball and you put some clothes around it and you carry it back in the dorm, and we'd all have Coors party balls in the dorm, All
right, it's been 20 minutes.
It has been 20 minutes.
I did my job.
You did excellent. You were fantastic. As always, by the way, I mean, if it weren't for you, this
stream would have no direction. It would be a wanderless ship.
We're still trying to figure out what the fuck McLeod's doing, but okay. And I'm out of coffee. God damn it!
You want to get? Can't the missus bring you some coffee?
The missus is here, but I'm not sure where she's at. She's hiding.
You can text her.
On the C6 war. From the initiative side, well, that would be McLeod would have to answer that because he's the initiative.
Yeah, if I was playing the game, yeah.
C6, so there's like wormhole wars going on, I believe. I remember the newest CCP employee, Mark Resurrectus, who is now CCP, what was it? It's a Viking bullshit.
CCP Bathrobe.
It's not bathrobe.
It is CCP Bathrobe.
It is officially CCP Bathrobe.
Jürgen? I think it's Jürgen.
Jotun. Jesus.
Jotun. There we go.
Christ.
Jotun. Whatever.
It's CCP Bathrobe.
I knew it had a J that was semi-silent.
Land of the Giants in Norse.
Yeah.
Look.
He did describe some of it, so if you want a little bit more detail about it, I would recommend watching the meta show from last week, and because there's some C6 squabbles going on about who can rent them out and own them, blah, 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 blah. Wormhole politics is of no consequence to Ma, but, whatever. But we did have something fun last night. We had a big Dread Brawl last night.
Dread Brawl?
Yeah. It was, we also flew golems last night, too. That was fun.
Look.
Yes.
I hear Meta Show is gonna have some exciting things later on. You guys should definitely go on the Meta Show and ask Mark if he is CCP Jotun or if he is CCP Bathrobe. Go ask him.
He's not going to be on the Meta Show. What are you talking about? You can't ask him that question. Last week was his last official episode as Mark.
I mean, he might be there as a guest.
Yeah, I said that's all he's ever going to be on there anymore is as a guest. Because I don't think he's allowed to do a Twitch show as an employee. I'm not even necessarily maybe allowed, but more of like it would not look
I'm just going to point out that he is actually going to be on the Anger Games stream starting next week.
It's different though. You're not a permanent, biased, show. You're doing an event.
I wasn't aware that the
different perception.
I wasn't aware that the Meta Show was biased. I just thought.
You think that the epitome of unbiased news? Yes.
Absolutely.
It's because it's an Imperium News Network.
I know.
Even though we do have a lot of variety streams, which a little self promotion here. I am playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the channel, mostly on Wednesdays, but I'm probably going to stream on other days too soon. And you should watch me play that because I am funny and on camera. Despite my protests, I have to be on camera. So it's a tiny little camera in the corner. Anyways, yes, we had a big dread fight last night, and it was fun.
Nice.
Who won?
We did handily. I think it came out to about 340 bill on our side and about 500 plus bill on their side of losses.
Mm-hmm.
It was over a Fortizar and Abazon that had been pushed into the whole timer, and the last time we showed up, I guess they had blue balled us. But we were like, let's make sure we form up properly for it, just in case. You never know. Sometimes people find their panties. And then we showed up with a rogue fleet, and we had 2 rogue fleets and a golem fleet. But then our rogue fleet, because of just the size of the fleets, it kind of got spliced, and the fleet I was in got spliced between the 2 other fleets. And then Brave brought some Tempest fleet issues, if I remember correctly. And Sigma, who are fucking Chads, they came in their own fleet and were brawling around. The enemies had a tornado fleet running around trying to bzz people. And Ferox's, Zealots, Demos's. They also had Scorp navies that did nothing. So they didn't get the fort. They didn't have a single fleet sit there and just shoot the fort. They got very distracted very quickly. And then they dropped some dreads, and then we dropped some dreads, and then they dropped more dreads, so we dropped more dreads, and then they dropped the last bit of their dreads they were going to drop, and then Snuffed Out and BBC, I don't know if that's Snuffed Out, maybe it is, but Snuffed Out and one of the other groups out there dropped their dreads, and then we just proceeded to mulch them, and it was a good time. Fun all around.
There you go.
And then they didn't get the fort. They kind of just forgot about it because they parked themselves. The Scorp navies parked themselves out of the range of the fleets and the fort somehow, and they just kind of sat there doing nothing for about. And the tie-dye got to 10%. But I gotta say, the tie-dye was very smooth. I had modules working. It wasn't ridiculous. And the golems did really well, in my opinion. We only had like 50 of them, and they did 4% of the total damage. in considering the rogue fleets did about the same amount of damage overall, and they were double the size of the fleet. They did pretty good. It was a good time.
Nice.
And you guys are lame for missing it.
Yeah,
it's one of the few times we've won a dread fight. The Imperium is notorious for losing dread fights. And I love watching the comments arguing over the snuffed out dreads. We were a little nervous that we're like, okay, guys, just pay attention in case Snuffed Out decides that shooting a bunch of golems looks delicious. Because we were like 13 kilometers off of them. So, but they behaved. They didn't shoot us. We didn't shoot them, and everyone went around home happy, destroying a bunch of PH dreads. Felt good.
All good, baby.
Yep.
Destroying PH dreads is always a fun time.
Other than that's all the Eve news I got. So, you guys got anything else? Or questions?
Have you fucking touched Eve at all? I don't even know what the fuck's been going on.
I know. Like, the general day-to-day play has just not been appealing. I don't know if I've gotten to the bitter vet status or it's just like, what's the point of making a bunch of money in the game? Sure, I can get an Azrael, sorry. That would be nice, but the idea of making a trillionist just to buy one ship, it's like, not necessarily like an unfathomable number. It's just unrealistic / unobtainable. Unobtainable unless I really fucking put a lot of work into it, and I don't have the energy for that anymore. World War B3 stock up. I would like to point out I still have 4 dreadnoughts, 2 titans, 2 supers, with the parts for a 3rd super, plus many battleships, and I only fly a Logi. So the 4 of each Logi ship I already have, I'm pretty good to start a war. And that's fine with me.
That is true. That is true.
We're not going to have a 15... World War B3 would not be a 15-month war. I don't think we'll put ourselves through that shit again.
Well, I mean, we didn't have to stock up for the World War B2. I mean, you know, we just buy shit off our market. Ain't that big a deal. We got people. We got people. We got
people for that.
Yeah. You know, focus on your strengths as an individual in Eve.
Oh, isn't there like some expansion coming out in 2 months about PI or something, or rogue drones or some shit?
Oh yeah, PI needs expanded.
I don't know how much of it is bullshit, how much of it's not. Like, but it sounds as though basically they're stripping out the entirety of what is PI and just basically making it kind of like a passive, like somewhat like a passive moon. So
you just kind of set it up and then you're done.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't know whether this is all confirmed or not. Like, there was a hobo leak kind of thing that happened, and
the hobo leak was from Walmart.
Yeah. So
which
I don't
means
know
it's not real.
Then we don't know. Like, but apparently there might be a PI thing. Like, honestly, if it gets rid of the the issues of repetitive strain injury when setting up so many fucking like planets, then that's honestly a godsend. And if they strip it away the way that particular Reddit post mentioned, then it would be a rejoice for everybody.
All I know is that there's a lot of rogue drone talk. And does everybody know where rogue drones live?
Yeah, obviously.
So we're
in the land of the drones.
And yeah, drone lands. Yeah. We're kind of speculating that possibly they might be wanting to put in some NPC space out there.
I don't know. I think it's more. I think if there's going to be like rogue drones assigned to it, it will probably be something that is related to the was it the carrier sites and stuff, the capital sites that you can put down.
Oh, the crab beacons?
Yeah.
Maybe. Hey, listen, I can hope if they use the Triclavians to make an entire region after a year of weird shit, they can do something with the rogue drones.
Yeah, but that was less. That was more a case of like pulling some systems out of the actual, like, out of the cluster.
Yeah, they've got a lot of space they can pull.
This would be like refactoring the entire area. Like,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I know you. I know you kind of consider it to be, it's fine, but it may be a little bit more.
They have like 4 or 5 regions over there.
I'm thinking more in terms of like gameplay like game systems and stuff like that, like the actual sort of structure.
They're
like,
just
it's
going to do
probably
the
a little
same
bit
thing.
More
like,
involved.
I feel like they would just do the same thing of like, oh, well, you need to fight off the rogue drones, and we'll see what happens after you've done a bunch of system claiming and shit. That'd be hilarious to make PH have to do that.
I guess maybe.
Just watch them seething over there. Well, they'd probably make a decent amount of money doing it, but it would be funny.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a game. Like, systems can be refactored, they can be changed, and they can be, if you've got the right people with the right skills, you'll be able to do almost fucking anything. Because, like, I remember back in the day when devs were literally in the EE forum saying, no, there's no possible way that you can have bookmarks in space. Like, you can have bookmarks in a list, but you'll never be able to see those bookmarks in space. Lo and behold, we've got bookmarks in space. So, never say never, right?
Again.
Yes, Justin Bieber.
Never say never again.
Never say never again.
Yeah.
Okay. Never again. Shall I be restricted by a dev that says no?
That by the way, the reason
neither
I added
neither should you. Neither should any of you out there watching this.
I
if
should
the
have
dev
pronounced
says no, it's not possible. Tell them, well, clearly you're not cut out for this programming business because that's bullshit.
But by the way, I should have properly pronounced again. By the way, I added that in there because there it is. Sean Connery, the last Sean Connery Bond flick. Never say never again.
Don't you have German roots? It's again.
I'm Pennsylvania again. We don't have rubber bands. We have gum bands. Okay, we don't have tin foil. We have aluminum, we don't have aluminum foil. We have tin foil. Right? There's like
aluminium.
It's not aluminium.
It is.
It's not. Literally, the guy that founded it called it aluminum.
Look.
Get over yourselves.
The reason why we have a fundamental difference as to how it's pronounced is because we spell it differently as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, we literally spell it with 2 I's. You spell it with 1.
You mean like it appears in the periodic table?
Yeah.
Well, like it appears on your periodic table and it appears differently on our periodic table.
It's in my periodic table. It just says AL. So there's that.
But then in tiny letters, it'll be aluminum.
Oh my fucking Jesus Christ!
Suck it.
Let's duke it out. Let's fight. Fisticuffs. Throw down the gloves.
You understand that, like, it's spelled differently in Russian. It's also spelled differently in Chinese. And
but that's because they have a different language
system. And you're not speaking English. You're speaking American.
Wait.
Understand what you actually speak. You don't speak English. You speak American.
I just Googled the periodic table, and the first hit I get says aluminium.
It's fucking Google. I mean, who cares? I use Loogle. I don't know about you guys. I use Google. I don't use Google.
I I get that.
I want to know in the audience. I want to know in the audience who got that. Who got that in the audience?
I got
Google.
that.
And it's not Motley Crue. It's Motley Lou. All right.
I understood that reference.
God.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm the only one that could be classed as a hick.
But you still lost a war to a bunch of hicks. I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Like, you're an entire fucking ocean away.
Hold it. You lost the war to a bunch of hicks and the French. Okay? Come on. The French surrender everywhere. Jesus. Come on.
Dude, we fucking won against basically every fucking country in the world.
The funny thing is that the French actually used to be one of the most war-happy countries in the world.
I know.
Also, I think if you win and then suddenly have a fucking civil war, that's not winning.
Well, it got so bad in the 1700s that the king was actually running out of money to fund the constant wars.
Yeah.
And then they said something like "let them eat cake," and then they killed all the aristocracy or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Someone
something
like thought of something that starts with a G and is really hard to pronounce. I mean, it's French, of course. It's hard to pronounce.
It just hard to pronounce. You just sound like you're hacking up a hairball. Just add that in there. You're good to go. Instead of air, it's air.
I don't know what I lost control. I don't know. I have no recollection, Senator.
When I say that, like, you know, England has won against every single country in the world, I didn't mean every single time. Just, you know.
I will say Great Britain did give the most holidays of any country.
There you go.
I mean, they did give
Very generous.
people the most Independence Days.
Yeah, holidays.
Yeah.
Very generous of you.
Very, yes.
Every time you guys got an independent, every independent country that
we're just celebrating our breakup.
You know, had an Independence Day. Lovely.
I wonder who's in second, to the world. Though. Like, does anyone want to make a bet who's in second? Yeah, no, I think it's the Dutch.
What?
The Dutch? I don't think they actually took over much.
The thing about the Dutch is that they were horrible overlords, right? The French weren't so bad as, like, colonizers. I mean, they were still bad. They were just not as bad as the Dutch. The Dutch were truly horrible.
Yeah, but that's because they're Dutch. What do you expect out of a Dutchman?
No flying.
Oh, you snuck that one in there. That was good. That was good, Seth.
Not nicely done.
So, yeah, I love it. All right, what else are we going to talk about then?
I'm allowed to make fun of the Dutch because I have a long-time Dutch fuck buddy, so I'm qualified.
Whoa.
What?
Just a buddy, like a friend with benefits.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I've known him since end of freshman year of college.
Okay. That was better than where I thought you were going. But yeah.
I just looked it up. First place is the UK with 65 countries.
Good job, McLeod.
Second place is France with 28.
I called it. I told you.
Spain with 17. The Soviet Union with 16. And then Portugal with 7. And the US with 5.
5 what?
Cool.
What were you looking up? What do those numbers represent?
Who provided Independence Days? Who broke away from us? Is it some Polynesian islands?
Probably.
Also, I'm going to give Spain a little bit of more, only because Britain and France stole a lot of Spanish territories. Well, or claimed them. So Spain would have had more, but Britain took some of them. So then it became British independence instead.
Nice.
Hey, if you're not around and you're not willing to sort of go and kind of keep your fucking territories, then you lose them,
Okay, you wanted to know this. The first one on the list is Afghanistan, because they apparently celebrate independence from the US since 2021.
Oh, yay!
Yeah,
Woo! Nice. Yay! Okay, go on, next.
Wait, I have to find the next one. This is a long list, okay? This has all of them.
Oh, right, okay.
Wait, I could just look for United States. Micronesia, since 1986.
Wow, Micronesia. Okay.
Marshall Islands.
Is there even
Palau,
people on...
and the Philippines.
Interesting.
It's quite sizable.
And apparently Thailand. Although Thailand, the list of countries they celebrate independence from is really long.
They just feel oppressed by everybody. Got it.
Pronounce it correctly, Sothrisol.
It's like every year they're like, oh yeah, we're oppressed by someone else this year. Like,
pronounce that country correctly, Sothrisol.
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah, Thailand.
Is it Thailand to you?
It gets even weirder. Apparently they have 4 Independence Days from Japan.
Well, that just checks out.
Apparently one wasn't enough.
Japan is kind of a dick. I like Japan, but they are historically dicks.
You like Japan, but historically they're dicks.
Yeah, like feudal Japan was
major dicks. Japan all the way to the 1960s is so fucking horrible.
Okay, I'll go. I'll just take your word for it.
And don't ask South Korea about it.
Also, welcome to Push to History.
Push to history.
Listen, we get to get on tangents of what interests us throughout the show. Unless the audience has things that they want to talk about, we just kind of go off on our own. So
I'll repost that link, by the way.
Tune in. By the way, I'm gonna preview next week's show. So tune in next week on Push to Talk. We're gonna go in depth on collecting Hummel figurines. I think that would be an interesting topic.
What are Hummel figurines?
I don't even know what they are. And suddenly I'm meant to be an expert on the collection of them. What the fuck?
I don't think...
I love it when I get fucking homework from this show.
What? Somebody has to remind me to put that
in a week, please.
Put that in the ping next week too. Holy shit! I mean, by the way, Hummel is. You just look them up. Whatever. They're the ugliest fucking figurines. But I actually had a girlfriend whose mother who had hundreds of them. They were like, oh my god. Hummels. I bet you they're worthless now, but everybody people collected them. It's scary.
Okay. Based on the drawings of Maria Innocencia Hummel? Is that the one that you're talking about?
Probably. I don't know.
I'm literally just reading the little blurb that Google puts, puts in the fucking search history when you're looking, when it brings up Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, Matt Hummels? No. He's a soccer player.
But you said Hummel figurines, so I literally just Googled Hummel figurines, and there's something called Hummel figurines. So what the fuck do you want me? What the fuck do you want from me, man? Jesus Christ!
They look like little like German kids, I think.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. They are ugly. Who would collect these? By the way, you can go online. By the way, They have a Declaration of Freedom Hummel I just picked up. It's worth $580.
I'm pretty sure they are German.
I think. I mean, they look very German. They always did, right? But wow, they're not cheap. I don't know.
The sketch art began to appear in the 30s in Germany and Switzerland. So
yes,
Yeah.
they are
So
German.
they're based
There you
on
go. There you go.
German
There you go.
stuff.
She was.
They are 1930s German, so not the good one.
not the kind of not the period of history that you want to bring up, really.
Not really, no.
I don't know.
Sick. Oh my god.
By the way, in Erik news, we just pulled 2 30-year-old trees out of our yard yesterday. Just ripped those suckers out. God damn it! Screw the greenhouse effect. We're getting rid of trees here. God damn it!
You know one thing I learned recently,
What?
due to an argument in Theta, because that's how we're thespians apparently. Apparently, the U.S. Corn Belt provides more oxygen and CO2 reduction each year than the rainforest does.
Really? I believe
Yeah,
it.
the Amazon rainforest only contributes about 6 to 7% of the world's oxygen supply, and the U.S. Corn Belt, when it's growing, provides more.
Yeah, but it's not
cut down
always
by
growing.
a fucking. It's being cut down by like.
But they go over the whole year,
huge
like
amounts.
its value. What the thing is, like
Yes,
they've averaged it out over the year, and like here's how much it would provide.
Yes,
in a
Dawn.
year's worth of value. It was interesting to learn.
CO2, the CO2 is not really gone, right? It's just in the plant, and as soon as you cut it down and use it for something, you're releasing that CO2 back again.
Yes, that's how.
That's kind of how that works, right?
Yeah. Yes, but they also all, and I'm sure most people in the U.S. at least can attest. 'Cause I don't know what your education focused on, but in the U.S. we were all as kids taught that the Amazon rainforest was the lungs of the world and was like 20+% of the carbon and oxygen exchange for the world, and it's really not. It's like 6 or 7%. Obviously, phytoplankton is the.
We did cut a lot of it down.
No,
this was before that. They've been doing studies for years on it.
Okay, so I just need.
We didn't do anything.
Right.
I just need to sort of.
As I said, and I didn't believe him because I was like, no, that's not. I was like, no, everyone knows that the Amazon rainforest provides the most oxygen. Actually, the Amazon rainforest, apparently, because we went and all looked it up on various scientific studies, the Amazon rainforest provides almost no oxygen outside of what it already needs to use for its own area. It doesn't really provide much excess.
See, calling it the lungs of the world is like the same as calling the mitochondria the powerhouse of the cell.
It's just a very catchy.
It's just apparently the only thing that got stuck during American.
And listen, it was on
education.
every fucking test,
Hey, isn't like China 32% of the CO2 emissions in the world anyway? So why do we?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think it is.
Is it that much now?
Yeah, it's close. Might be 31.5
that wasn't part of our
or
discussion,
something.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I don't care. I have solar panels. Fuck
yes.
you all. Look at that. I pulled that out of my ass, and I didn't even. I both my hands were up here, and I pulled it out of my ass. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm awesome. Fucking awesome.
I have shares in a wind farm. Does that count?
It does. God damn it! Because you're making money, and you're killing birds. I love
it. We don't actually kill that many birds.
I think
how fucking blind do you think these birds are? fucking Jesus.
Yeah, it's like a giant thing, right?
They're not rotating at like fucking 500
and
RPM.
whales.
Like Jesus Christ.
And whales.
I mean,
as Starscream says,
it does happen. Like I'm not going to deny that it happens. But there were actually studies that
No.
showed
You know,
that
you know what kills birds more than anything in the entire fucking world?
birds.
Cats.
Oh yeah, cats
Birds.
are the most
There's
most
also-
destructive species.
Cats are the most destructive species in the
They
entire
also
planet.
have. So, fun fact for those of you that watch the most dangerous.
Maybe not more than us, but you know, it's close.
There's even something more mundane than cats that kill more birds than wind turbines.
Lack of
Windows.
oxygen.
Windows.
Windows, yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
That's the bird killing themselves. Okay, like they should really just like learn to use their eyeballs better.
The I have
If you
special.
can't figure out to not fly into the shiny thing, I can't help you.
Yeah, my the screens on my
it's
windows
actually-
make it so that they don't do that. But I have a shiny brass kick plate on our front door, right? And we've got this one little bird, man. And I'll probably extract. I'll extract the video for you guys, right?
He's trying to grab it.
He sits in front of the kick plate and dives at it. Like he stands there. It's not like he's flying. He stands there and goes boom, 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 hits his head and his beak against it like all day long. It's hilarious. We scared him away for a while, but he came back I think yesterday, and he's still doing it. In fact, it's so funny to us that we actually have one of the like our internet cameras like right there on the door, so I can probably pull a video and put it in our chat, right? But it's hilarious. By the way, and it's so bad we still have this is how bad we are here at Casa de Asmock. We still have our fucking Merry Christmas like mat out in front of the front door. We're so bad. It's only
But
April.
like no one can see it.
But
Yeah,
you know what?
I'm gonna go with Screaming PC on here. That bird is probably seeing its reflection, thinking it's
Oh yeah.
it's something, another bird trying to actually trying to get into his territory, and it's trying to protect it.
I guarantee it.
Okay,
We have
this fucking other bird is fucking hard as nails.
Yeah, so I look this
Whack.
direction, the direction I'm looking at the camera, right? That's my front door, right? And then if I just turn over like this, just right like this, right outside my office window in the front, we do have like a big bird feeder with the suet and everything. And I like it because when I work here all day, I can just like take a little time, go like this, and see what birds are. We have really cool looking woodpecker that goes out and goes after the suet because we get the mealworm suet for the woodpeckers love, right? So anyway, but yeah, he has just decided to go over there. It's the first time ever. Like we heard it, we're like, what the hell is going on, right? And we're like, what's that noise? Do we have like an animal in the wall crawling around? What's going on, right? And then we figured it out, so we put the camera on it so we could just like watch them. It's hilarious, but yeah. So apparently, brass kick plates will also eventually kill a bird as it bangs the shit out of its brain off the door. Right? Are we talking about birds and bees? No, we haven't gone to bees yet, Can. But Eric wants to have a fucking. I want to raise bees.
We are bees.
Yeah, we are.
Why don't you just ask
bees,
Duck about it?
Well, because you know what, I just want to do it. I don't really want to do it. It's one of those things in your life that you want to do, but you don't really want to. Plus,
Isn't it an arborist or something? No. What is a beekeeper? There's a fancy term for it.
Isn't I forget.
Go on,
Apiary. That's right. Screaming apiary. That's it.
Okay.
I was trying to say an aviary popped in my brain, but I'm like, no, that's birds.
Yeah.
By the way, as we're sitting here talking, I'm looking on my weather.com over here on my other screen. Right, I have weather.com up because I'm trying to figure out when I'm doing some landscaping work. Because I just pulled 2 fucking trees out of the front yard, so my whole front yard's kind of dug up, and we got to grass seed it and all that shit. And I got to figure out when to do it. Anyway, the fucking Christmas designers website is now in the ad since we talked about the Christmas thing, so it just popped up. By the way, It did snow here all day yesterday. None of it laid, but it snowed all day.
Oh, weird.
Yesterday. That was happy spring and April here.
Hey, we've had snow in May.
I don't know if we've ever had May, but we've definitely had April before.
Oh yeah, no, we've had snow in May once. And I'm like, Indianapolis is like a little bit lower than you, but it just happened to be a really cold May day.
Yeah. These guys are out there chopping down these, 50-foot, 60-foot high trees, and branches are coming down. I'm like, guys, you need any coffee? Because it looks fucking cold out there right now. They don't want anything.
Okay, I'm going to my meeting. Bye, guys.
You go have fun. Have fun at your meeting.
Cheerio. Have fun.
Yeah. The other thing I need to do is like fucking McLeod. I need to get some, I'm like torn in here. You guys can't see it. One day I'll just like scan the office. But I'm like torn. Do I want a traditional office, or do I want like a cool modern office with like multicolored LEDs and all kind of shit, and fucking stuff on the wall and all that stuff? I don't know.
I mean, I can't fucking I can't
this
tell
is
you whether you want that or not. That's up to you, man.
Well, the problem is Eric. This is why Eric is not a household, like, whatever designer inside, because I would like, okay, over in this corner, I want it all LED and modern. Over here, I want very traditional, and it just depends on my fucking mood. So I just need to have multiple offices in my next house when I hit the multi-million-dollar lottery tonight, billion-dollar lottery tonight, so that I can just, go from room to room. Modern room, traditional room. I don't know.
Or just have like movable stuff.
Eric, modern, but we need one of them LED clouds in the ceiling. Aren't those LED clouds like insanely expensive, like $1,000 or something crazy? Mood lighting. Like,
I mean,
and by the way, I love Southern decor, right?
The issue with lights, the issue with like LED lights is like, if you buy LED lights and they're like not exactly that high powered, you've basically wasted them, because if you have a bright scenario when you're streaming or whatever you're kind of doing, you want those like LED lights to pop, like they just won't, because they're not bright enough. So I'm close to
brisk Starscream. I mean, it's kind of a sandy brown in the thing with white crown molding, right? The windows at the front of the house, they actually have what are called plantation blinds, right? So while they're like blinds that, normal blinds, they're actually framed into the windows, and you actually open the door of the blinds to get to the inside of the window, right? And so we have those, and that's really every window at the front of the house are the plantation blinds. So, and then like if I look right here on the wall, there's a limited edition print of the U.S. Capitol on the 4th of July. I have a Wasaki print in front of me, and behind me I have basically a wooden U.S. flag. Right, that's really the way it is now. But then you look at my desk, right? There's no wooden desk, right? It's that fucking crazy metal stand-up desk that I bought, right, from Streamlabs or wherever it was.
Yeah,
Streamlabs. Right? So that's very modern, right? But everything else is very traditional, wooden, very classic. So no wet bar. I do not have a wet bar Starscream because I don't have water that comes into this office. But I do. By the way, we were just talking about a wet bar is, a bar, right, with water. Okay. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
But okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I do. We got.
Yeah, it actually has a sink and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
We have to open this up. By the way, there's a black onyx version of this. Those who know Dan Aykroyd, this is actually Dan Aykroyd's company. You can start to see it here. They make vodka in the skulls. This is the rainbow skull. Okay, and all you guys say, Oh. You know,
That's kind of cool. That is
yes, the rainbow represents exactly what you all think, but it is cool. They started with crystal ones, right? But now I hear they have a black onyx one, so we have to get that. But I got this a couple Christmases ago. We all did
That is cool.
from my dad, and they're just cool looking, right? So I do kind of have like the bar area behind me, right, which has the cigars. Also we have an awesome picture of Arnold Palmer, one of my favorite golfers. Right, so there we go. And and many golf hats. I have.
It's funny.
I have.
It is funny because your background removal is like removes everything, and then when you pull something, when you pick something up, it suddenly pops into existence. It's kind of funny.
The last of the Macallan 18. Oh, so yummy.
Ooh.
So yummy. I have a 15 beside it, but we've got
but
two
the 18 is where it's at. Oh
my God, Macallan 18 is so much different, right? I was at a bar when I went down to North Carolina, right? And this bar, you go into this bar and you're like, they probably don't have, it just looked like a bar, crappy little bar, right? But they have fantastic food. Top notch. Okay. The food was great. But they also had a great selection of whiskeys and bourbons. And they had like the Pappy Van Winkle, it's impossible to get even if you're in the U.S. almost, right? You got to be somebody to get Pappy Van Winkle. You got to get in a lottery and all this.
Oh yeah, that was fucking ludicrously expensive.
It was $275 the glass. Okay, and then they had Blanton's, which is a great bourbon. That was $100, and they did have the 25-year Macallan, which I have actually had many years ago.
Wow.
It was $177 a drink, right? I did not get any of this because I'm not going to pay that for it. But yeah, and by the way, guys, 25-year-old Macallan is amazing. It's amazing. I would, if you ever have the opportunity, grab it if you haven't. Maybe not pay $177 a drink for it, but if you have a friend, they have a rogue bottle of it sitting around, and you're going to sit down and get that asshole drunk and make him feed it to you all night long because it's wonderful. And by the way, don't use it as a mixer. But yeah, so
I think if you did, people should be allowed to just walk up and slap you across the face.
I know. Don't use it as a mixer, please. Please, you kill me. My heart would hurt. But yeah, so
that'd be a terrible thing.
But yeah, then I got some regular stuff in there. I got some Jameson back there. What else do I got back? Got some Bookers that is actually signed by Booker No, Jim Beam's great grandson or something. And I've never drank that. In fact, that's where I'm. Boy, that was a night of a lot of drinking. That night, it was a bourbon tasting, and they had bottles of bourbon just sitting on the table for us, and we were drinking it. And then the event was over, and everybody left, and then like Booker No and some of the people at the bar, they took him out to dinner somewhere else, and they just left all these bottles here, right, to drink, and three of us just might have kept drinking them. A lot. Booker's is like 126 proof or something insane. I don't know what the hell it is. Each bottling of Booker's is different. But yeah, we just three of us just kept drinking, and our wives had to come pick us up. We could not. We were just like, well, I have a low tolerance. If I've really been drinking, I'm not going to drive. I'm just going to call like now an Uber. But back then, Uber didn't even exist. I don't think. Okay, so you called your wife. Honey, I'm a little drunk. Can you come get me? I'm with my friends.
I remember when I was.
Let me see. Go ahead.
At one point, I was getting I think like a birthday present from my brother. He's like, I ended up getting him. He said that he likes Hennessy cognac.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen how expensive Hennessy cognac can get.
I have.
Fucking ludicrous. It's actually insane.
I get it. By the way, this is the Booker's, right? It comes like in this, right? And obviously, Fred No signed on there in gold. But what is this? So they have.
So you couldn't.
This was done for 6 years and 11 months, and it was 63.45% alcohol by volume, which is 126.9 proof on this particular batch.
Okay. Yeah. 126. Yeah. So yeah. So
126 proof. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not bad.
Yeah. So that's one, I just never. Oh, that is heavy. Holy shit. But I don't have a wet bar, but I do have a bit of a bar, which, by the way, when I work right here, and you guys can tell, it's right there behind me, right? So I always have to make sure I'm blacked out when I'm with clients or something, because they're like looking back there like, holy shit, what does he do in between meetings, right? Holy shit. By the way, we have a guy that does some of our like learning series stuff. Like, so for, for work, we have every week there's a big learning series, and there's this guy that does it, right? And he's kind of hip, he's kind of cool, and he does not black out behind him, right? When he's on there and he introduces the people and everything, and he plays music beforehand. It's kind of fun. We have our internal Twitch channel at our company, right? Basically, we do these things all the time. And this guy, when you look behind him, like, and he changes his camera angle, he has like every Star Wars thing imaginable behind him. He's got like little miniature Imperial walkers, TIE fighters, figurines, stormtroopers, everything. He's got them all, but they're not like on a shelf. It's like a wall, floor to ceiling.
Oh, right. Okay.
Stuff.
So he's got like, are they like tiny little shells attached, or has he literally like plastered them against the wall or something?
No. They're on little shelves, right? And they're and on a shelf.
Very, very thin shells. Like,
yeah. So let's say he has like a little stormtrooper here, and he might have 5 of them in boxes behind him. Right? I mean, it's just, I'm just like, dude, you got some cool stuff. No lightsabers.
Well,
oh, by the way, if anybody likes lightsabers, we did get. Oh
yeah, because you're going to get like some battle, some.
Yeah. For those who don't know,
lightsabers, duelable.
I was in Disney. We were in the Star Wars land. They have lightsabers. I'm like, oh shit, these are kind of cool, right? And they're like, my buddy's like, don't buy them from Disney because they're not that great. Okay. He goes, there are other places to get them. I'll send you some links. By the way, it was Scythe that says, I'll send you some links. By the way, they were having their first little, pre-marriage little confrontation, okay? Because he moved into their new house first, and behind the fireplace they have like a mantle wall, like the whole wall, right? He's got like 6 lightsabers on display there, and she's like, you can't display the lightsabers there, right? He's like, yes, I can. Okay. All right. I think he won the argument. By the way, they're a very nice couple. It really wasn't an argument. Okay. I'm making more of it just for the show. But anyway, so of course, we waited to get my oldest son, his birthday present. My second son was having his birthday. And I'm like, guys, do you want lightsabers? Okay, because this company, Neo Sabers, they now have the heavy dueling lightsaber as what they call the Xeno Pixel that are really cool throughout the thing.
Okay.
So we got 2 of the heavy dueling, and then they got cool ones, right? Well, when they shipped it, they forgot one of the my one son's lightsaber, and then they had to ship it, and they shipped it later, and then it got here, and then it has nothing to charge the saber, because his saber doesn't have like a port that you on the hilt that you charge. You actually have to take his battery out and put it in a charger. Okay. Now you would think that Neo Sabers would say, "Hey, we're going to sell these batteries." Right on our site as accessory. No, they don't do any of that.
I think so.
Yeah, you like pop it out, pop a new one in, you know. But by the way, the Xeno pixels are super cool. Okay, they can't wait to take it. Even though Dawn yelled at me for going to Hilton Head every year, right? We go there on 4th of July. The boys are like, dude, we can. And even the ones they got that are Xeno are light dueling, so you can still duel with them.
Oh, nice.
What they were anyway, they're like, we're going to be out on the beach at night. We're going to be dueling. It's going to be fun, Dad. Right? I'm like, awesome.
You can get a dual wheel double bladed one.
Yeah, but they have an app on your phone which they seem to be enhancing as they go on. You can really do a lot with these Xenopixel things, I mean when they hit, when you drag them on the ground, the tip does things. It's not the RGB down in the hilt. It's like, excuse me, a lot of things. Now, but it is a little pain in the ass because first of all, they forgot a saber in the first order. Then when they shipped it from frickin' China, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came in and didn't have parts, and it was like, to prove you don't have the parts, they make you take pictures of things, and they ask for pictures, but they mean to ask for something other than they ask for in the picture.
That's just confusing, right?
Oh, okay. It's a pain in the ass. Like, they're like, okay, show us a picture of the shipping label so we know which of our locations shipped it to you. Right? The first one's come from New Jersey. The second one comes from China. And then they say, okay, well, show us a picture of everything that they shipped you. Okay. Well, I'm sitting there going, if I said you didn't ship me something, am I going to take a picture of that piece? No, it's going to be missing from the picture.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's probably what they're trying to get, trying to catch you out on. It's like, you do have it because you took a picture of it. Like,
yeah, but I mean, I would think pretty much anybody smart enough to say, "Hey, I didn't get a charger because this is an external charger."
I don't know. I've seen things on social media that makes me think that people aren't as dumb as
aren't as smart as
people make it out to be. Right. So like, yeah.
But really, I mean, if I didn't get the charging unit with it, right? I mean. I would take that out of the picture. And by the way, why would I say it, right? But but so they're a little pain in the ass to work with. However, while I'll say they're a pain in the ass, their support email folks, and while they should just ask for everything they want in one email, right? They actually were responsive in email, so I can't beat them up that bad. And the cases that they send with their premium lightsabers are really nice. Like the heavy dueling sabers don't have a case that comes with them. But like my one son got the Jade 2, the other got the original Qui-Gon Jinn, right? And then, the app. Yeah. I saw all kinds of things like the app doesn't sync with my phone and the saber and it's impossible to keep. I'm like, we didn't encounter any of those issues, right? And they come with like 32 presets, and then you can create like every option in the saber yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do that on your phone. It syncs with Bluetooth. It's right in. Then you say save it, and then it's saved in the saber. They come with like a 16 meg SIM card, or not SIM card, but SD RAM.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty cool.
And I mean, you can even change like the volume and the sensitivity of waving your saber and things and everything, like the sensitivity of everything, and when you hit them together, right, and you hold and lock, like They
It
look
does
like
that
they're
classic
lock
kind of-
sabled. Oh yeah. You hear the sound and you see the picture, right? And then you can just push the button on the saber, the on-off button, just real quick, and it's like a blaster hitting the saber. So you just like you're stopping
nice.
blaster shots and stuff. It's
That's pretty cool.
But the funny thing is, the wife went out of town, right? And the last thing she says before she goes out of town is, "Don't buy any lightsabers."
Oops.
Right, so she's coming back in a day.
Mind.
I bring the boys around like, "Hey, boys, what lightsaber do you want?" Okay, and we got to get these, right? So what does Dad do? He buys 4 lightsabers. Don't buy any lightsabers. Buys 4. I'm a bad husband.
Look at it this way. You bought a lightsaber, then you were like, "Oh no, like I have to buy another one because then that reverses the one that I purchased." And then you bought another one, and then you realized, "Oh shit, no, I did it again, so I have to buy another one." So you ended up with 4.
I will be perfectly honest, right? So once the boys were here, they're like, "Okay, these are dueling. I mean, we're looking at them, and they're Neo sabers. Like, we can light duel with these, and they're cool, and we really like them. The design of the
it's
hills,
dueling,
right?
but it doesn't mean smack somebody across the face with it. Like,
right, and and I found the heavy dueling ones, and I'm like, okay, I bought one for you, I bought one for you, but your sister said she wanted one, then she said she didn't want one, and we know your sister, she's going to end up wanting one. So when you have one, but we don't know what she would want, so let's get one of the dueling ones. And we're like, oh yeah, but if you have one heavy dueling one, then that doesn't work. You might as well have 2 heavy dueling ones. And when we go on vacation, your 2 cousins are there, so we should have ones that they can use too, right? And all that stuff, so yeah, just like, oh yeah, we'll just get another one, yeah, and then and then of course, so we have
like, what's the fucking point buying a single heavy like heavy dueling saber? Like you need at least
you gotta have 2. You gotta have 2, right? So then we have we have cameras outside our house and things like that, and we have a Nest doorbell and all that stuff, right? So, the wife is down at a cheerleading, thing, right? And all of a sudden I get this text. I see your lightsabers were delivered. Because she can see them on the door, and she sees them being carried up from the FedEx thing or whatever, I see you bought some lightsabers. And I just go, yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And I'm not even, I'm not even embarrassed about admitting it.
Yeah. So I'm not the husband that goes and sneaks away and does things, because the wife doesn't let you go out to happy hour with your buddies or something. I don't have that wife. Mrs. Erik is like, you should go have fun with your friends. Okay, so I have like the greatest wife ever to begin with, right? I spent money on these lightsabers, and she said, "Don't buy lightsabers," right? And I did it anyway. She doesn't really care. She's not like that. It's just more fun to harass each other from that perspective. So when you've been married almost 30 years, that's kind of how that relationship goes, right there, right?
They're fucking cool sabers. Like I'm looking at them at the moment. I'm like, oh, there's actually some really fucking cool designs.
So number 1 got the Jade 2 with the exposed crystal, right? And the crystal changes whatever color you make the blade, right? That's one of the things.
Yeah.
That's one of the things in Star Wars Land at Disney. You can buy the crystal, and you can buy the little thing to stick the crystal in that tells you all about your crystal color and things that you bought. And then, and now you can pick them. You didn't used to be able to pick what the crystal was. You just bought the crystal and you got one randomly. Oh, by the way, I didn't see Tam Tam. How you doing, Tam Tam?
Hi.
And then you can put that into the saber that you buy, but it lights it up. But your saber is
one color
RGB from the bottom up. I don't know if you can change it. I didn't look at that closely. I think it's the color of your crystal or something determines it or something.
Oh, okay.
Those saber workshops or like 400.
Yeah.
I think it was about 260 to 300 for most of the sabers I saw at Star Wars when I was there. We paid a little more for these. I think they were on sale when we did it too. I don't know if they're still on sale, but
they're still on sale, it seems, anyway. Yeah.
And but
They're
yes,
nice.
it was they're really nice. But the boys are older. They can get things, and they do come with really nice Neo Saber boxes for the premium ones. But I don't think the dueling sabers were that crazy. The thing about the dueling sabers is how you put the saber in and you screw the screws in to the side, right, to hold the saber in there, the blade in there.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, you put the blade in the hilt, and it's just 3 little pressure screws or 4 little pressure screws that hold it in. Right. That's one of the. But the heavy dueling sabers, the whole protector at the top of the dueling saber, the saber fits in over that, and then that screws in, so it's held in really strong. Okay,
that's good. Yeah.
And you'll see that, I think, in the dueling saber video there. And by the way, Neo Sabers did not give us a discount to talk about them, or knows we're talking about them. We just happen to be on a tangent. And maybe next week I'll bring one over and like show you the shit you can do with it with the phone. But the startups are all different, right? And they also have like the lava blades that you can buy. And when you buy it, you can pick lava blade or regular blade on the NeoPixel. Yeah. And they have RGB ones too. They have RGB ones.
Yeah, they're not as bright though, apparently, as the NeoPixel.
No, NeoPixel has so much stuff in it, right? Is this? Yeah, Neo Sabers, the Jade 2. I mean, that's a great looking piece there, the Jade 2 saber for Starkiller, right? And by the way, when you pick RGB, that has a couple. I didn't get the Neo Profi because I think that's just a different programming thing, right?
Okay.
But I mean, I think $429. They're still on sale, pretty good for the NeoPixel version 3 and the simple blade, right? But I might, that's the cool thing too. It's like, oh well, maybe I want a lava blade. I'm just gonna pick one, right? So let's see. I wanted the heavy dueling ones, right?
Yeah, there's slightly reduced sort of,
where
there's still a fair collection of like heavy dueling sabers there, but like they're pretty actually.
There is, but there's a particular one that is the Xenopixel heavy dueling are kind of special. But there looks like a couple of them that are, because they're not RGB, right? Shop. I think if we go to shop and we go to
in a way you would find them,
yeah, where is it?
Because there's the heavy dueling, and then the dueling.
Yeah, it's interesting. And how do you know whether you're dueling heavy or you're just dueling?
I think it's just in terms of durability. Like the heavy dueling ones will probably last longer with against successive hits. But
where the hell are they? Because they were a little bit cheaper, but they were a little bit cooler.
Maybe they were just the dueling ones then.
No, these are definitely heavy dueling. Let me see if I have my search here.
Hmm.
Let me see. Oh, I can't. Wow. I'm terrible. I'm really bad.
What have you figured out? What have you figured out?
Yeah, I'll figure it out someday. But I mean, it was really easy to find when I was like looking for them. You know, it was just double-bladed replica.
Yeah.
It wasn't the heavy-duty RGB that is in their drop-down, right?
Oh, okay.
No, it's not those, because those are the RGB. These are NeoPixel. That's what it is.
I think most of them you've got like an option of getting NeoPixel blades.
Yeah, you do. Just every hilt will let you do that, right? You can buy Beskar, you know.
Well, that helps.
If you're short a little Beskar, right? You know.
Just buy a little Beskar just to protect yourself.
Yeah. Nothing.
If you're concerned that maybe they haven't quite figured out back to tanks yet.
I can't believe this. This is so freaking hard. Actually, you know what?
An absolute pain in the ass.
If I had a clue, right? If I really had a clue, I would go into my email account, okay?
All right.
And I would look for exactly my my order. And I would say, oh, what did I actually order? And I ordered the Combat Master. By the way, it comes in black or I think silver hilt. You can pick. So Combat Master, that's what you want to search on. They're $249 each. That's not actually that bad. Okay. And they come in black or silver. Right?
Right.
And the blade has reinforcement, and it is a pixel blade. So it's a ZeoPixel blade, right?
Okay.
So and they have like them using, and so you can see that top of the hilt, the protector, right? And that actually unscrews that whole 2-inch top section, and the blade goes through that. So that whole 2 inch or 3 inches is the support for the blade. It's just not a couple screws. And basically, you can make it any color that you want.
See, that's the nice thing about it. Like, and I imagine the stuff that you get at Walt Disney is like, you choose your color because you choose your crystal, right? That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. Like you can put the crystals in the thing, and they're coated with something, and you can, they tell you things about them. But is it really? I mean,
is it like it's literally just a fucking card, like a little thing that says a bunch of like random.
No.
Like,
you can buy these things, and you put the crystal in these little boxes, little fancy little boxes, and they glow, and then they talk to you about the history or whatever of the crystal. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not like a big Star Wars lore guy, but my kids can sit there and talk about lore, and my oldest son sees, the Jade 2 saber, and I'm thinking, Jade the Jedi, right? Edition 2, right? No, he goes, no, that's Star Killers, Dad. I want Star Killers hilt. He just calls it Jade, and I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean, there's like 9 or 10. I think there may be 9, maybe only 8 different ignition for them because they've got the LEDs up through the blade, right? So they can stack it. They can broken start it. The Hunter start is really cool. I think that's number 8. But yeah, I mean, and it's all motion start. You don't have to push the button. It's just like, hey, just like they do in the thing where they flick their wrist and their saber starts up, right? It all works. You know.
Oh, all right. That's fair enough.
Oh yeah, it's got all kind of motions.
The Jade 2 one.
Oh yeah, Jade 2? Yeah, just search Jade 2. But they have, they have videos with all of them. Now what?
Sorry, C3PO saber.
Is that what it is?
No, I just found one on the heavy dueling ones, like right at the end, like the second to last one is like C3PO saber. Like,
oh wow.
Okay.
All this talk about lightsabers and shit now makes me want another Jedi Knight game.
Yeah.
I've never played a Jedi Knight game, but I would.
Okay, so the first one is probably tough to play these days. Didn't age that well. 2 and 3 though, definitely go for it.
I have fond memories of Knights of the Old Republic.
By the way, even the picture for the Jade 2 shows that it has an external charger, but it doesn't need one.
There is a remake coming of KOTOR.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh.
They just confirmed that they're still working on it, and they definitely didn't ditch it.
Huh.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
I know, right?
I'm glad that they said that they haven't ditched it.
By the way, the sabers all came with plugs for the end when you don't have the blade in it.
Well,
that was all cool. And they have the Cyberpunk helmet, which looks pretty cool, but I don't think I could tolerate wearing it.
It's interesting that you can buy ones that you can actually attach together for dual wielding. That's pretty cool.
They have the dark saber as well.
Oh, really?
They sell scabbards. So yeah, they do have the flat blade for the dark blade, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, and they've got ones that are 2 sabers that screw together to do a double-sided, and the belt clips and all that stuff. But they don't have the frickin' charger or the batteries. I'll probably reach out to them and say, hey, do you sell these things? Because I'd buy some.
Yeah,
and maybe they'll say, yeah, we'll sell them. Here's what it costs, right?
I mean, some companies, I've found this out in my personal life and my professional life. Some companies don't seem to want to do business with you.
Some don't. I wouldn't say that these guys were on that path. I mean, they were, the support, they did some things wrong, but they were very responsive. I think they're trying to be very customer focused at this company. But yeah, the accessories, right? I mean, you can sit there and they've got like a Jade 2 kit and, different things, wall mounts, and they've got a really nice, box they sell. The premium sabers come with a premium case that you see there, and they've got, spare pixel blades that you can buy and different length blades, and, they've got stuff. They just, I'm like, it would be nice you had this one. I would very much like it if we could have this option. But yeah, I mean, so I think it was pretty cool. Holy crap, we only got 20 minutes left in the show.
I was going to say, what do you think is the most expensive bottle of Hennessy cognac you can purchase?
Oh, I'm not a cognac guy.
How expensive do you? I bought once for my brother for like $60, $70
Mm-hmm.
before. How expensive do you think they get? And I'll do a little conversion so I can do it in dollars as well.
Oh, let's.
And
I don't know. I mean, I come from like the world of single malt whiskeys where it could be thousands of dollars. Let's say $400.
you can get one that's 400.
Can you?
Yeah, you can get one that's 400.
I know very little about cognac, right?
Yeah. The most expensive one that I can see in stock that's at a cognac kind of place.
Uh-huh.
Is when I do the conversion, it is per bottle, and it's not like it's a fucking massive bottle either. I can't actually get the size of this.
I can't even tell you what cognac. Some people say cognac, right? Cognac. I couldn't even tell you what it really tastes like. I've never really done. By the way, a buddy of mine said, "Hey, Eric, you and your wife should go to the bourbon dinner, which is tonight. Okay, you should go to the bourbon dinner." And I'm like, "Okay, we'll sign up for the bourbon dinner." And by the way, where we sign up, it's just on an app on your phone, right? All right.
Yeah.
So I texted this dude last night. I'm like, you and your wife are going to the bourbon dinner, right? And he goes, "Oh, I forgot to sign up. Are there spots available?" And I'm like, "Really?" I have no idea what we're drinking at the bourbon dinner.
Well, you're probably not going to be drinking this, is what I'm going to say.
Well, it's cognac, so no.
It's this, yeah. Because you'll be paying... I don't know how much you'd be paying per glass, but like per bottle, which is like, I think it's like $7.50 or maybe a liter. It's $33,000.
Holy shit! Yeah, I believe that. By the way, I did do a search and I found one for $6,700.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay a lot for wine too. I mean, I once found a bunch of wines that were like $60-$70 each for no, they were $120 each. I found them for $59 and had them shipped.
And it's usually the more expensive the wine, the worse it gets.
The thing is, I swear this is one of those things.
In general, I completely agree with Soth on this. However, this particular wine was phenomenal. Even though, I mean, it's probably the most expensive wine we've ever bought. But yeah, it was a Cabernet back when Mrs. Eric used to like Cabernets. Now she doesn't. She's Pinot Noirs. Or Pinot Grigios, right? And by the way, this is a 2002 vintage, I think, which we really have to drink the final bottles of this because it's getting up there for a cab. But it is really good. It's a Palmaz Cabernet, or not Cabernet? Yeah, Cabernet. 2002. Okay. But yeah, I mean, we were drinking it when it was 10 years old. It was phenomenal.
So I have to make sure
Wild Turkey
degraded.
Hey, Screaming PC, that's really funny. Me and a bunch of friends, we used to always have what we called the Wednesday before Thanksgiving here in the U.S. Thanksgiving's always on the third Thursday of November, right? We would have what we called Wild Turkey Wednesday. And the bar we would go to would, order a bunch of wild turkey and we just drink wild turkey all night long. And it is not, I mean, wild turkey's okay, but yeah. Franzia,
it's going to be tasting very, very Turkish.
Hey, hey, Screaming PC, Franzia in a box, at the pool on ice. I don't understand what's wrong with that. Beautiful. Bring a tear to my eye. If you're going to drink, whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's expensive, inexpensive, whatever it is, right? As long as you like it, who the hell cares what it costs or what brand it is or any of that, right? That's the way to look at alcohol. If you like it, right? Now, what is it? You punks who, by the way, I'm saying this just enjoy the tongue in cheek. Okay. You punks, okay, who are drinking all this Fireball. All right. You think you got some shit there. Okay. Back in the 80s, we had fucking Goldschlager, which had fucking gold in it and was the same thing basically, but it was clear.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Goldschlager. Yeah.
Step it up.
I love
Fireball, right? I love it.
The issue with Goldschlager, though, or that sort of thing, is if you drink too much of it, like your throat really starts to hurt.
Any of it, yeah. I mean, Mrs.
Specifically because of the micro bits of gold in it.
This is gonna sound bad when I say it, but just hear me, right? So last weekend, Mrs. Erik's throat hurt too. It was because what was coming up. Why is that? What was coming up?
Okay.
Right. I mean, we're 15 minutes from the hotel at this little farm area. That's a wedding venue, right? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We're in the car. We're in the car, and I'm like, you need me to pull over, just let me know, right? She's not making.
Oh, did she get car sick?
No, she was just sick.
Oh, okay. Oh, she was just ill.
Because I'm like, hey, I got the winter floor mat still in, but I still don't want you puking on the floor of my car, right? Because we got to drive 9 hours home, in this car,
Yeah.
And so
it wouldn't exactly be nice.
Yeah, she didn't make it.
Oh shit.
It was funny. I have video, actually. I don't
think she needs to be humiliated.
Not of her being sick.
Well, I don't know. The way that you kind of said that, the way that you clued that up, made it sound like you have video of her doing this.
Mrs. Erik is very low key. Okay, she's a low key girl. Low maintenance, by the way, as far as women go. She's low maintenance. She's very low key. She's very cool. She's nice, but she's not outgoing. Erik is outgoing naturally. Okay, I'll talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. But she's very quiet. Now, after the second wine or any drink, she is the social butterfly of the month. Okay, she will talk to anybody about anything and chatterbox, and it's great. It's fun. It's really fun, right? But, after the third drink or beyond, your mileage may vary. She will go on the dance floor and she'll slow dance like with me. But other than that, she won't do anything, right? After the second drink, she's out there doing the electric slide, man, with all the girls, right? She's doing everything, right?
Nice.
So, So I have video of the Mrs. Erik. And by the way, those who have been at Vegas with me, right? They have probably seen Mrs. Erik dance because she wasn't ordering any drinks at Vegas at the big Eve party, right? The CCP threw. But I found out that, I had to keep ordering drinks because my drink kept being empty. I'm like, who the hell, which one of you assholes keeps drinking my drink? Because I think it's my court mates or whatever, right? No, Mrs. Erik. Okay. And by the way, Scythe was laughing his ass off because he's like, yeah, you would get up and she would, drink half your drink and set it down. You'd come back and you're like, where the hell is my drink? Where's it all going? Right. So yeah, it was, we have fun. Mrs. Eric's a little crazy. But yes, I do have her dancing. And she's like, why do you record those? I said, because it's fun.
Yeah.
Looking at the clock,
yeah.
Might we go into a bit of a plug here?
We should probably plug. Yeah, I think that's
we should. We should plug. Plug time. Plug time.
I do want to remind everyone. I am terrible at plugs, and I am also sick right now. So don't expect the most comprehensive sentences. But next week on Saturday, we are gonna start with Anger Game 6. Both on the CCP Twitch channel, which I probably don't have to link you guys, and also on the EVE Tournaments Twitch channel. And I got timed out.
You got timed out? Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, for posting a link.
Okay, I'll post it. Why are you not? I need to poke somebody to make you a moderator because that's just dumb. So other than CCP's channel, it'll also be on that Twitch channel.
Yes, because we have so many matches going on that we need 2 streams at the same time, so you can see all of them. They are staggered so that if you don't care for the commentary, if you don't care for the discussions between matches, you can literally switch between the channels and just see explosions all the time.
That's nice.
There's gonna be channel point betting on the CCP channel. You will be able to grab certain skins for channel points on the CCP channel, as always. And there will be drops on the EVE Tournaments channel. So you can actually win double by having both streams open, right?
Yeah. And the other thing is what days are CCP Bathrobe going to be making an appearance?
CCP Bathrobe is actually our host for the main stream, so he's going to be there on all 6 days.
That's fucking fantastic.
And his name tag will also be CCP Bathrobe.
Yeah,
at least
I was gonna say there are gonna be people in charge of the streaming, and it's not gonna be it's not gonna be Mark. So his name tag might change. Great.
There's also CCP Overload, who's going to join us, who is known to most tournament people as CCP Confirmed, because he is in the habit of confirming things before people want them confirmed.
You mean we're going to have to make a bunch of different name tags up for people?
I mean, we also need CCP Chair, and maybe CCP Plant. Not sure yet.
Okay. We're also going to need some static shots of them as well.
Yeah.
That's fair. I by the way, I took the time to actually add your character to Push to Talk.
Yay. So it's starting at 1700 UTC.
Nice. And how long for? Is it's 17 till 20...
21:30 roundabout. It varies a bit from day to day, because we have a different amount of matches each day, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, round about that time, 21:30, 21:45. That
But
direction.
if you like spaceships exploding, then you're gonna have a good time.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be lots of explosions.
So if it's starting then chances are we might run. There might be an even more skeleton crew for Push to Talk next week and the week after, unless we're punting specifically for promoting Anger Games or clearing the path for Anger Games anyway. Or
absolutely.
I don't know. The one so yeah.
When do we go Eve time?
Normally it's oh shit. Eve time.
We did go 1700 today, I believe.
Okay, yeah. So it'll be basically the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't like to conflict with Anger Games.
Okay. Well, we'll I'm sure we'll ping out that Anger Games are on.
Yeah. So this year, Eric will not have. We will not be on Masters Weekend. I will not be wearing my green jacket. Not that I've earned a green jacket from the Masters. I don't think. Just my club has green jackets for former board chairs.
You can next time we come on and it's after, you can posthumously
the week
and be like, yeah.
The week after is the Heritage, which is plaid.
Oh, okay.
But those are kind of the two. But no. So I will be eating my pimento cheese sandwiches alone without all my internet friends. It's very sad. That's very sad for me.
You can be watching spaceships explode.
Spaceships exploding. I will. Yeah, spaceships exploding.
Prize if you.
Hold on. I love you, Soth, but spaceships exploding or the Masters?
I mean, why not both?
I mean, you could catch Anger Games later, either on the VOD or on YouTube. So you can have both.
By the way, for those who are in the United States, 5 minutes from now, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, on CBS, it's the New Zealand tournament or whatever the fuck it is for Sail GP. If you like sailing, or if you haven't seen sailing and you think they're really slow big boats in the ocean, they're not. They're really fast boats.
Is it the prelude to the Americas?
America's Cup's in August, and all the ships are showing up in Barcelona this week. I did see the U.S. Boat be loaded onto a big plane a couple days ago. So yeah, it's not till August, but the crews are showing up to practice in Barcelona. So America's Cup is soon.
Nice.
It's that. I'm sorry, McLeod, but it's one of those things. As a fledgling, upstart former colony, we really like how we stole the America's Cup from you in the very first race and made it named after us. It's not like the English Queen's Cup or whatever the fuck it was going to be at the time, because the boat was named America. By the way, it's called the America's Cup because the boat that won it was called America. So the first winner got to name it, and they're like, who the hell is this little United States of America crappy? They've never competed in a yachting event ever. How could they win? And I can't believe we won. But anyway, then we held it for 136 years, and then we lost it to the fucking New Zealanders, those bastards. So, but yes, and then we stole it back with this. Actually, I posted on Facebook. Any of you Facebook friends with me? I did post a picture of my father actually sailing the Stars and Stripes. That once we lost it after I think it was 136, maybe 139 years, but 136 years. So we lost New Zealand, and then the Stars and Stripes won it back with Dennis Conner as the skipper. Back when they were slow, slow boats. Now they're really freaking fast. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, now they're ludicrously quick. Fucking hell.
Sailing is for vanities. Real men. I don't understand real men. Real men row. Yeah, they have back problems. We don't care. But yeah, thank you.
I would love to see somebody row as fast as these fucking America's Cup
I'm just gonna say the SailGP, the America's Cup, the new catamarans that they foil. Thank you, Larry Ellison, for that big change that you made in that America's Cup. Last one, I think that the United States won. Kind of cool. Actually, I have a picture with that trophy somewhere. Yeah. Pretty cool. Anyway, we are. Yeah. Well, anybody got one last thing? That was my one last thing because I like sailing.
Yeah.
Max speed 11 miles an hour or so. So no, you're
That's
a little.
Not bad.
You're slow.
That's not bad.
You're still slow
compared to the America Cup, like fucking boats. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
They're going like 50 plus knots upwind into the wind. Into the wind. They go faster into the wind than downwind. That's amazing. There is a meta show.
Yeah.
Yes, King.
Thank you very much for reminding us, King Wolf.
We're not sure what they're talking about because they haven't told us because they missed that opportunity.
I just want to point out the rowing speed record is 14 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I said like that's not bad, man. Like Jesus.
Yeah. So he's a fast guy,
Yeah, fucking hell, just a bit.
So yes, so we've said next week we're on hiatus. How about the week after that? Are we on hiatus or are we good? We have Anger Games 2 weeks?
It'll be
3 weeks.
Well, no. For
3 weeks.
What?
3 weeks, really?
We got Anger Games for 3 weekends, yes.
Okay.
It'll be next weekend, the weekend after, and the weekend after that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I love
until we'll be on hiatus until the 4th of May.
Wow, the 4th of May.
I know.
May the 4th be with you.
We'll come back on May the 4th. We'll literally be back on May the 4th. On May the 4th be with you day.
I'm definitely gonna have lightsabers on that show. We're definitely, and I'll probably also have my new robot lawnmower by then too. So 3 Saturdays of golfing for Eric. So that's good. Thank you, everybody. So just know that, guys, we'll be off for the next 3 weeks, but we will see you all on May the 4th. Anything else, guys, from the two of you? Any last things?
Check out Anger Games.
Where the fuck was Dirk?
I don't know.
Embargoes.
He was talking up like, knowing when the show's on, etc., and then he's just like fucking gone. Like I know. I can't. I half the time I don't understand that guy. Like.
He's English, isn't he?
I hear there's going to be a special roundtable edition at the Meta Show today. So
there you go.
You guys should definitely tune into that.
Absolutely. By the way, I like your use of all uppercase in chat. He goes, by the way, I'm just going to read the staff only for the audience. McLeod goes, at Dirk, where the fuck are you? You ask about when the show's on, then you're not around. Right?
I also want to point out that Mac spelled "your" like an American.
Yeah, well, I was just typing quickly.
I didn't know that was an American thing. I thought it was just an internet thing, right?
No, it's a very American thing.
Yeah, and by the way, Dirk was, Dirk was like time zone, whatever, checking on all that bullshit, right? That's what he was doing. And I have to ask.
I could have spent the time, spelling it YOU''RE, right? But
because that's a conjunction.
Just get the message out there. Not really care too much about if anything, if Dirk did see that, he probably would have reacted more to the fact that I spelled it incorrectly and didn't use proper punctuation.
Yeah, can I ask a stupid question? So on social media, when people are on vacation, they're at the beach or they're at the pool or whatever. And by the way, this goes right to Scythe's first. Yeah, boy, blitzed at the pool. What do post? Okay, all right. Why do people, and the audience, feel free to comment on this? Why do people like they're sitting on the lounge chair and they take the picture and they take a picture of like their feet and then whatever is in front of them? Okay. Why are the feet relevant here?
Well,
why do people take the picture of their feet?
I think it's not really a take the picture of the feet. It's just a case of like, the point of view from the camera means that you're going to get your feet in there unless you tuck your feet in like real fucking tight to actually get that picture. I don't think he was really concerned about like actually tucking his feet in and not getting a picture of his feet, but like I think he was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna take a picture.
But don't you notice that when people are on vacation, like they all take pictures of their feet? Not a foot fetish thing. It's just why do they?
I mean,
everybody does it.
I would have issue with it if they're taking a picture of the beautiful skyline and they've somehow like got the feet in, or taking a picture of like the bright sun and like blue cloudless sky and somehow got their feet in, then yeah, I would be like, that's unnecessary. But if you're taking a picture while on a sun lounger of the pool, then chances are you're going to have your feet in there some way, shape or form, unless you're the opposite way round and on your stomach and taking a picture out. Like
I'm just like there's no reason to have your feet in that picture, but everybody puts them in, so it's got to be fucking intentional. These are my feet, and here's everything I'm looking at. I'm telling you, their point of view.
Okay.
Because everybody fucking does it.
I think it's less intentional than you think. I think it's just a case of convenience and people lounging on their back rather than on their front.
I don't know. All right. Well, we probably should end this. We should end this stupid show before people's heads explode. Everybody, tune into the Meta Show. It's like 55 minutes from now. And thank you, Soth. I hope you feel better. Thank you for being here, even though I know you're not feeling that great. And McLeod, always a pleasure, even though you can't properly bend the bill of your hat.
Yeah, it happens.
I know. Love y'all. Everybody, we are out of here. And I got to push some buttons to make us out of here. Later.
Yeah, you have to. See ya.
We're out. We